baby, aka Victoria, or vice versa. And this is my co-host,
Your boy Malcolm, old Malky, Range Russell 7.
and we are
Couples therapy, the good, bad, and unmedicated.
yeah. Okay. So I have a topic tonight that I want to talk about, and Malcolm doesn't even know what it is yet. Because and this one actually I probably could have told him in advance. Is this one, maybe he could have got his answers together, but I said, F that, throwing caution to the wind, just gonna ask it and come up with his just off the dome answers.
This could be scary.
I don't think it is.
Let's
Okay.
see what I don't know what the question is or what the topic is either.
True. Okay. So, for anyone out there that might be new to or back in the dating world,
Oh, goodness.
and they're just getting to know each other, what do you think are some good questions to ask if they're like getting to know each other over the phone before hanging out the first time? What would be some good questions? What do you think you would want to know about a woman before hanging out with her for the first time?
If she has children.
Okay.
And if she does have children, how many?
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully they're all by the same father.
In today's world, a lot of times they're not.
That's still a question.
Yeah.
Right? Because if she has 3 kids, that's 3 different baby daddy personalities you're going to have to deal with. So there'll be a question I'd want to know.
Okay. So it's more about dealing with multiple baby fathers, not the fact that she has multiple baby fathers.
No, boy, that's a touchy one too. Because
I have 3 kids. They all have the same dad.
Well,
but not everybody does. And so
yeah. I think that would go into it would definitely be put in a pot of consideration to try to figure out. Like me personally, I'm not doing it. Today, I'm not doing that.
Well, yeah, but back in your day, because let's be fair, somebody could have 3 kids by 3 different dads, but what if the kids are all 7 years apart or 10 years apart? And it's not like they're...
Well, she's not young either.
Right.
So that younger, I should say, not young. So younger. So those are some of the thoughts that I would have off the top of my head.
How old the kids are.
Yeah, because that's important, right? Because there's a difference between dealing with a 15-year-old young man and a 3-month-old, right?
True.
I know this is probably going to sound funny.
Okay.
But and most people would not even give this information out. But I'd want to know the credit score.
You would want to know that before you hang out with somebody the first time. Because you didn't ask me that.
No, I didn't. I got to figure it out. And I was very happy. I still would have done what I did. No, that's... Do they have a car?
Okay.
Does she live by herself? Does she have roommates?
Okay.
Or she living at her parents' basement?
Okay.
Right? Because all these things come into play, because that just lets me know if I'm going to be able to come through or not. Right?
Or if she's going to want to come move in with her 7 kids.
Shit. No, that conversation.
Oh, by the way, cheers.
Cheers.
So what else would you want to know before going on a first date?
And you know what, baby? I want to mind you, all these answers that I'm giving you, I mean, because you asked me, those answers are applicable to men as well. So women would want to know those answers to the fellas out there. So blah blah blah. Does she have any allergies?
Allergies.
Yeah.
You would want to know that before you hang out with her for the first time.
Well, we're probably not going to just like hang out. We're probably going to go get something to eat or go get coffee. What if she doesn't like coffee? I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure she would order her own stuff.
Yes, she would. But what if she's vegan?
Okay, so you'd want to be thoughtful and take her to well, you knew about me that I don't eat pork.
Yes.
Because I'm Muslim.
Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
you're a
really.
Muslim. Woo. Wow. Okay, baby, you threw me for a loop on that one because you said you were Muslim. That's kind of funny.
I know.
But
I'm funny.
I
I'm a
would want
funny guy. Okay. Okay. Go.
if I'm going to plan something,
Mm-hmm.
I would want to know the parameters so that I could plan accordingly.
Okay. If you wanted to take her out on a
Yeah.
first date, you would want to maybe make a decision based on if
What
she.
what she likes or what she does, what she can't eat. If she's got allergies to, you know, peanuts,
Right.
right? I'm not going to take her to Texas Roadhouse where the peanuts are sitting right there in the middle of the damn
They're
waiting
not
room.
anymore.
Oh, they're not anymore. Well, they used to.
Ever since COVID, they're not. But anyways,
I couldn't take her to Five Guys,
got it.
right?
She has a severe peanut allergy.
Yeah,
Well, that's very thoughtful of you.
I know.
Okay. Is there anything else, like deep-seated stuff that you'd want to know before
Man,
hanging out with
has
a
she
lady?
has she dated any of my partners?
Oh, that's a good one.
Right? Yeah, so that I can go get a pass from old boy just in case.
What do you mean a pass? Like ask your homie, is it cool if
Is
I
it
see
cool?
her?
Yeah,
Okay.
the man rules.
But how would you know if she's dated any of your
I
homies?
wouldn't. I just have to ask these questions. She's like, if she knows about me, like I'm living in this community. I've been in this community for the
Okay.
past 20 years. Well, I probably have some roots there if I've been there for 20 years.
Okay. So you'd be like, my homies are
Right.
Peter, Paul, Joe,
Yeah, I just
and
want
all
to
the
make
other
sure, these are
disciples.
my aces right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And these are my acquaintances. And these are my boys that I, go clubbing with or go smoke cigars with. Whatever it is that I'm doing.
Okay.
But yeah, I would definitely want to make sure that uh, no roads are being crossed and
I hear you.
nobody's violating anything. Uh, no, I off the top of my head, baby, I'm thinking that's pretty much what I
That's all
need
you'd
to
want
know.
to know before
Off
hanging
the
out?
top of my head.
Well, it's a little different for men because men aren't usually worried about their safety when it comes to dating. Where women, we might ask, and I know for sure before we hung out, I had some questions that I wanted to ask you because I've had, my past, I've dealt with some unsavory characters in my life.
Yeah.
So, one of the questions I asked, and I think honestly, most women should ask these questions. I remember asking you this for sure.
What's the
What?
relationship with my mom?
Well, yes, I asked
Okay.
you that for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
What is the relationship like with your mom, and what was your answer?
Oh, I love my mom. I'm a mama's boy. I'm definitely a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm. And I asked, what is the relationship with any women in your life? Your sister, your daughter, your nieces.
I love them all. Love them all. I protect them with my life.
Mm-hmm. And that's huge to me because, and I tell my daughters this, if a man doesn't have respect for his mother, his sisters, his nieces, his daughters, he's not going to have respect for you. And I live by that. I've talked to people in the past, or I know people that have been in a relationship with men and they have a real bad attitude towards even their mother. And they'll be like, oh, that bitch? Oh, no, that's a huge red flag. If somebody doesn't have respect for their own mother, and sometimes mothers aren't the best, honestly. And there's mothers that never deserve to be mothers, never whatever, but they still give them life. And if they address them by that bitch, that's a huge red flag. A lot of times men that have mommy issues are gonna not be very good to date, and I'm just saying that.
But girls like bad boys.
Girls do like bad boys, and I was attracted to that in my younger years, and guess it didn't work out so good for me. But when you talk to a man
yeah,
that says right off the rip, I love my mama, and has a huge smile on their face when they say it. And you could hear it over the phone, that smile, because I could hear his smile over the phone. I love my mama.
I
That's
do.
my
That's
nai.
my
And
nine.
you just hear the smile on his face when he was saying it over the phone. And then he talked about his daughter and his sisters, and
Mhm.
just you could hear how the love he has for the women in his life. And that's a huge green flag for me. Um, the next question I asked him was, when, and I didn't say is there, I said when. I'm very careful of how I word things. When do you think is an acceptable time to put your hands on a woman?
Never.
That wasn't how you answered it. What'd you say?
Well, hell, why don't you tell me what the hell I said?
I
Because
will. You know, I got a,
I got a memory of a damn elephant.
I do, and I remember it verbatim how
Huh?
he answered. He goes, "My mama will beat
Oh,
my
yeah,
ass
yeah,
if I put my hands on a woman."
yeah.
That was his answer, and I loved it. I was like,
I
"Good,
did.
all 4'10" of her."
Yeah, yeah. All 4'11" of her. She'd
No,
be
4'11. I'm sorry.
dipping off in my behind. And yeah, mom. I don't think. You know what I really? Now that I think, besides her wanting to whoop me,
What?
uh, I because my mother's damn near 70 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I think what it was is that it would uh, thoroughly hurt her,
Yeah.
like disappoint her.
Mm-hmm.
And most Filipino women that I grew up with knowing, like when they mad, right? They they're like a little chihuahua, right? Just ripping you up and down. But I think my mother would like turn her back.
Shun you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I didn't raise you. Like where did I fail?
Mm.
And take some ownership in it.
Yeah.
I can see my mother. When I be like, it's not my knuckle. Huh? I don't know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, to hear your mother say that, I couldn't imagine. I would never put myself in a predicament to hear those words come out of that woman's mouth. To hear her lose the tremendous amount of respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd kill me. Uh, no, I could have. It just choked me up just thinking about
I see that.
it. But no, hell no. But yes, I did say. I mean, the initial answer is no, right? Just as I stated.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my reasoning for the no was because of my mother. It's just not right. I
Yeah.
just, I mean, I would never. I mean, there are. See, now it's gonna sound like a contradictory. In today's environment, what
Mm-hmm.
I'm seeing is that there are times where it is socially acceptable to put your hands on a woman. I'm just saying in today's times, right? The stuff we see on social media, like old girl getting ratchet as fuck at McDonald's and throws the food at old boy's face,
Mm-hmm.
and he just reach across and just connects. It's just reactionary. I'm
Right.
not saying it's right.
Right.
I'm just saying what is socially happening today.
Right.
Uh, but it does take an older cat, especially one with a little gray in him, uh, when he stands in front of them youngsters and be like, "Look here, young cat, that ain't right."
Right.
Or step in front of a man. Like if I was at a grocery store or a fast food establishment and old boy was about to put hands on old girl, I probably would call him and be like, "Bruh," or "Hey, dog,"
Mm-hmm.
or "Dude," uh, no, uh, and interfere or put some interference in it so that whatever's about to go down doesn't go down.
Yeah.
Because men need to step up and protect the women. It's the right thing to do. Uh, and again, and I wouldn't have known what their issue was,
Mm-hmm.
why he felt like he needed to go to the point where he needed to put hands on her.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but this ain't it.
Yeah. Because and I agree. In this day and age, there's so many women that try to be so hard and
Masculine.
go up against men. And then they're like appalled when a man swings back. Number one, do I think it's right? I don't think it's right for either one. Keep your freaking hands to yourselves. Women don't put your hands on men. Men, not all men were taught don't put your hands on a woman, but what if she's coming at you with a knife? What if she's coming at you with
Well,
some
yeah,
type of
situation
weapon and you're just
depicts.
kind of trying to smack her away? There's different things. My biggest thing was with the whole dating thing is the reason why I worded it were when is it acceptable to do it? Because if you say, do you think there's ever a time, then they have kind of a, oh, maybe I should say this, but
Mm-hmm.
and really not giving their real answer.
Mm-hmm.
But if you pose it in a question like, when is it acceptable? And they're just like straight up, it's never acceptable, then that's normally your answer. Um, but anyways, you answered it correctly.
Well, thank you.
For me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
about anybody else, but you gave a good answer. Another thing that I wanted to know was, have you ever served any time? That's something, as women, we
Yeah.
might need to know. And
Yeah.
if so, what for?
Do I have an ex-ref?
Huh?
If I had an ex-ref.
Yeah. Do you participate in any hard drugs? That's
Okay.
something I'd want to know.
You like to play with that booger sugar. Or that heroin.
Yeah. And if so, like, yeah.
Yeah,
So
no.
I think women, before you go out on a date with a man, there's some things you need to ask. So many women are so worried about, what do you drive? What do you do for a living? What is your credit score?
Mm-hmm.
Do you live with your mama? Do you have your own place? Like, ask questions that are going to protect your life, or are
Well,
they going to
hell,
be a
if you got a
good.
question if your life is in jeopardy, baby, how about you just not get involved?
Well, you know what? There was a time where I really thought I wasn't going to date anymore because I was kind of effed up from the last situation. But I decided to give somebody a chance. But I still had these questions. And in today's world, women have to be very careful with who they date.
So do men.
I mean, so do men. But you guys' questions are a
Some of
little
these
bit
women
different.
is trifling.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
If your daughter
Oh, see, now you're trying to go at my heart. Yeah.
or your nieces or the girls in your life that's very, important to you,
Yeah.
if they were to say, you know what, I think I'm gonna go on a date with this cat, what do you think I should ask them? What would some of the questions you think would be important for?
Okay. Well, if my nieces asked that question, I probably would tell them.
He's
Well,
taking off his glasses.
I'm
That's what
definitely
those
taking off
clicking
my
were.
glasses.
That means he's getting serious. When he takes some glasses off, he's serious.
How long have you known this cat? Where did you meet him? Because I think that's important, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between meeting somebody at your college and meeting somebody at
On the
club.
corner.
Right.
Walking down the
If
street.
you meet
Not
somebody
on the corner, but coming out the liquor store.
Okay. Well, yeah, and not that,
He was selling some bottles on the street.
He was repurposing the bottles.
Right. He's my weed man.
I'm in love with the dope man.
The broccoli man.
So I would want to know some of those things. And you know what would be a killer? Let's say I'm at the house. I'm chilling, right? I'm not going to go out there and mess with this young cat. But if that motherfucker come to the crib and honk his horn,
oh yeah,
you sit your ass down.
Yeah, you ain't going nowhere. He can't come to the door and honks the horn. That is disrespectful.
Man, that just irritates my whole soul.
Yeah, that would irritate the hell out of me too.
That means that you ain't got no kind of decorum.
Nothing in you that's gentlemanly at all. You're just gonna get your ass out here. We going here to McDonald's.
Hop in. Let's roll.
Right.
No, I think
Okay.
those will be some because like yeah, I have my nieces and they're gonna do what they're gonna do,
Mhm.
right? I ain't gonna stop them from being, in their 20s. I can't stop the process. What I can do is let them know that in the event
Mhm.
you don't feel safe
Yeah.
or you have some situations where you're questioning your safety, you give me a call, you send me a text, and I'm coming, no questions asked.
Mhm.
I did this uh, for both Katie and Christy when I raised them. So those were my stepdaughters at that time. They're grown, they're adult women today, married off.
Right.
But back then, when they were coming up, when they were teenagers,
Mhm.
uh, slightly dating to a certain extent, they didn't let me in on a lot of stuff because I told them what I would do to old boy. So I was a cold piece. I ain't gonna lie, I was a cold piece. But and it's been utilized. I've been awakened at 2 o'clock in the damn morning from them having, a good time and partying and whatnot.
Mhm. And they didn't feel safe.
And they called me and I woke up, got the call, said, just tell me where you are. That's all I need to know.
Mhm.
And I went there 2 occasions I can think of. And I walked right in to the location. People ask questions. Who this motherfucker? Blah blah blah. I even hand up a dude with my elbow in his throat. I say, you don't want none of this. And he didn't. Once the elbow went to the throat, that Ranger tab I have. Well, oh boy, don't let me go on them days.
Oh Lord.
So
Okay.
I I snatched her behind up. She was inebriated, but she wasn't to the point where she couldn't call
Mhm.
her, her stepdad, and got her up out of there. And nobody asked no questions. But I ended up getting a reputation
Yeah.
at that school. Uh, yeah, none of the boys wanted to come to the house.
No.
No,
I
they
can't
didn't.
imagine.
Yeah.
Why?
Um, there's this mean black guy.
I think it's important for girls to have that, and for guys to know, hey, somebody's got her back,
Yeah,
and we can't just, whatever. But not all girls have that.
that's true.
I didn't have that, like I said several times, my dad passed away when I was 11, went to live with my mom, and I didn't have nobody gave me like the ifs, ands, and do's and don'ts
Yeah.
about dating. I
Yeah.
didn't get that talk. So clearly I had daddy issues, losing my dad at a young age. And I went for the first one that really paid me attention. And
Mm-hmm.
he was older than me. And then it just, yeah, it did not work out good. And I went for, I saw all the red flags and I just thought it was a carnival. So I went and had fun. I just
She said it was a
thought it was
carnival.
a carnival.
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't. There was nobody there to show you what right looks like. So
Mm-mm.
you're gonna go for what you think you know,
Yeah, and he was a bad boy.
and
He was
that's
a
what.
bad
Yeah,
boy.
the ladies be falling for the bad boys.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I
Yeah.
didn't fall in that category.
Didn't work out so good for me. I have three beautiful daughters because of it,
Yes, you do.
but yeah, it didn't work out so good. But getting back to that, I told I'm not gonna name which daughter, but one of my daughters, I would tell her when she was a teenager. Actually, I told all three of them this, but she's the only one that actually took me up on it. I said, I don't care what time it is. I don't care if it's even you did something where you shouldn't even been outside the house. Like, say, for instance, I didn't tell her this at the time, but say she snuck out.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I don't care what the situation is. If you call me and you say, Mom, I don't feel safe, I'm not gonna ask not one question right then. Just tell me where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could pretend like I just called you and and said, "Where the hell you at? Get your ass home," and put it on me or whatever. And she took me up on it, I think once or twice, and was like, "Mom, can you please come and get me?" And yep, no questions asked. And I didn't care. We'll deal with whatever it was later. If you snuck out, if it's whatever. And I don't even think it was that type of situation. But bottom line is keep them kids safe and deal with the other stuff later. You want your kids to be alive and safe.
Yeah.
I don't know how
100%.
that kind of changed the topic, but
Well, no. Well, I went on a tangent and you followed me. Hey.
oh babe,
Yeah,
what's this?
it's a wave.
Babe, what's this?
It's a wave.
Babe, what's this?
How many damn times you gonna ask me the same damn question?
You're not answering it right.
Well, okay. Well, then why don't you tell me what the hell the right answer is?
I don't know, but there it goes again. You weren't supposed to. Okay, never mind.
The hell.
Almost knocked the thing over.
Yeah.
If
I'm
you
about
guys
to
are
tell you
still
to
watching this
turn this
long,
damn thing off.
put a wave emoji. Hopefully this is helping. This topic is helping somebody out there that might be in the dating world, or might, their daughters are in the dating world, or sons, or whatever. What would you tell your sons? Because Malcolm has a daughter and two sons.
I do.
What would you tell your sons about the dating world and what they should be looking for, or should be asking?
Was And it was funny because my 28-year-old was we just talked about this not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I said, well, some of the questions that I would have had, I already have answered, or are already answered because I know the family.
Mm-hmm.
I know the church that he's dealing with, and the pastor and all that hoopla stuff. And I was like, well, you know, the pastor daughters usually.
Oh, PK
Yeah,
kids.
I did. I said it. I said it. I said
Oh.
they the worst, and they be getting after it. And he was like, I know, Dad, and she's hot.
This, you know what? These are talks between dads and their sons. Completely not what you would tell your daughter, and not what you would tell your daughter.
Well, the game is different.
Yeah, I know. And also, pause, hold that thought, BRB. And we're back. Like we never left. With a refilled drink. Yay! Cheers.
That's what you made me pause for, because you wanted a damn refill.
For sure. All right. So, good God in heaven.
That's what you get.
You made that like you want a tip or something.
Yeah, because you've been failing miserably as of recent.
You know what?
Wait, you just gave me a whole. Yeah, I take it all back.
Let's talk about it.
I take it back. I take it all back. I take it back.
Clock that tea.
I take it all back. I take it all back.
Yeah. Okay. So, where were we? You were talking about how you had a talk with your son than you would with your daughter.
And it's true, I would.
Okay.
And that's because I'm not concerned about his safety.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm concerned about his safety, but
right. That's
I'm not
men.
as concerned about his safety. I know, certain things that I would be like, I always make sure you got at least $40 in your pocket. At least $40. Hard, 220s, 410s, however way you want to do it.
What's the $40 for?
Just in case something happens.
A like Costco size pack of condoms.
No.
Oh.
No.
What's $40 for?
Just in case something happens while you're on the side of the road.
Okay, so it's not the date.
It's not for the date. It's just you just make sure you have $40 in your pocket just in case you need it. Right? Got your plastic. I know you do. And I said, if you can, so it all depends on where they are in this friendship or situationship or relationship, depending on how they want to word it. I said, don't take a woman to your crib. I know this sounds funny, especially in the beginning. Don't. And I tell the cats that I play ball with, don't bring her to your crib. Like on the first couple of dates,
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring it to your crib.
And what's the reasoning?
Uh,
In
well,
case she's crazy.
well, no, actually, it's to build up that. See, now you trying to get some game out of me. You trying
Because
to get some of this
he didn't do
game.
this with me. Let's talk about
Yeah, well,
it.
if you take her out and then take her right back home, she's gonna think one of two things:
What?
either he's not interested,
Mm-hmm.
or he's not interested.
Oh, so it builds up that desire.
Mm, mm, mm.
You should see the way he's smiling at me right
Sinister,
now.
ain't it? Sinister. It's
Mm.
gangster. See, my game is strong.
Oh, is that why you get called the pimpologist?
Well, that's just what my boy Gen X called me. But I'm just saying, my game is strong.
Uh-huh.
Telling
All right.
you.
Calm down. Calm down. Because number one,
Well, my game is not that strong.
he's a smooth operator.
My game is weak.
Smooth operator.
Well, baby, my game is not weak. Look what I got.
You caught a fine motherfucker like
I
me.
caught a crazy damn batshit crazy ass woman.
I mean, yeah, that's what I said in the first place, right? That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is obviously part of the unmedicated. Not you, just this topic thus far.
I'm not about to play with you.
Well, I'm about to play with you.
We'll see. We'll see about that. All right. Any other questions?
Of me?
Yeah. Anything else you would have wanted to know before going on a date, or tell your daughter or your sons or anybody else?
Make sure the gas is you filled up on gas. So don't be pulling up to no girl and your gas tank is on yellow.
I said questions to ask.
I know, but this is what I would tell my son. I'm thinking things I would tell my son.
Okay.
Right.
Let me let it ride.
Make sure your car is clean.
Okay.
Right. Inside and out. Vacuum that mouth. Make sure that you got an air freshener in there of some sort. Right? I'm for real. Oh, babe. Something about getting in a fresh, clean car just sets the tone for a lot of things.
Okay.
And be on time.
Oh shit.
Be on time. If you tell you're gonna pick her up at 6, be there
5:45. I know him like the back of my damn hand. And you'll be waiting until 7:15. Fucking with me.
I'd have left. That's what I left at 6:05.
Oh, stop it.
6:06.
You so full of shit.
So you gonna have to catch you an Uber and meet me at the restaurant. I said get an Uber. Why are you looking at me with your lips like that?
Get an Uber to the restaurant.
Remember the other night I told you I'm leaving this mother? Yeah.
And you also recanted that and said, I ain't going nowhere. Not no damn well. You ain't going no damn well.
Well, now I'm not going nowhere, but if we was dating and I said, hey.
We are dating.
Oh, you still in the trial period? Okay.
Oh, hell.
I'm trying
we live together.
Trying to determine if we're going to make this work. Yeah.
It got hot in here all of a sudden.
It did. All of a sudden, it just, I got to cooking. You having a hot flash cooking me?
I might could.
You over here having a personal summer?
You could take your mic with you and go drop the temp real quick. So, on that note,
yeah,
I feel like I had something else to say, but maybe not.
Something else to say.
Yeah, you know what?
Ooh wee.
Right?
Damn, it just get hot.
Shit. Pull them drawers up. This man do not ever wear any clothes. I swear on everything I love. Y'all was talking about you want to see him in that orange tie. He said, does that mean I gotta wear a shirt under it?
That means I gotta put on a shirt and everything.
You gonna go on a live and not have on a shirt? Just a tie?
Just a tie.
And drawers. A tie and drawers.
Tie and drawers.
You gonna wear some scuba suit with it? Or
no, I'm just gonna
flippers?
No, I'm gonna wear a wife beater.
A wife beater,
A wife beater
an
with a tie
orange
on.
tie,
Yeah, tied.
tied,
I'm gonna have it tied up. It's gonna be snug up here to the.
choking the shit out
Yeah,
of you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I like it. All
No,
right.
no, no. That was
No,
gonna open up the door
definitely
for some
not.
more bullshit.
Okay. Well, I think we're beating a dead horse at this point. And what do you think they should leave as an emoji? Duh, a horse.
Oh,
Okay, drop a horse if you're so
goodness great, baby,
babe,
turn this damn thing off.
no hell. Here he goes. I'm gonna get him a t-shirt that says that. Babe,
What?
drop the email for the questions for the people if they want to send in an anonymous email.
Yes, yes, yes. It is couples therapy. TBGU. Or did I just say that wrong? The good TGBU at Gmail. Again, that is couples therapy. TGBU at gmail.com.
Yeah. So if you have any questions, concerns, topics you'd like us to go over, um, again, if you have a question or whatever, we would love it if you could give your at least your state. He wants city too, but I was thinking about it. The YouTube community is kind of small in like the people we deal with, and that's in our thing. And if
Uh
they want to keep it super anonymous,
okay.
some people
Okay.
know what state they're in, but they might not know the or even the city. So maybe
Okay.
not the city, maybe just the state.
Okay.
State, your age, and
Well, what if they know their age? How about you just tell us what the hell you want us to know?
yeah,
Yeah.
if you feel comfortable with any of that other stuff, you could throw it in there. The age is kind of cool just because so we know what we're dealing with. Because it could be an age thing.
I
But
know.
anyway, y'all, we'll holla.
Oh goodness great. Turn this damn thing off. Turn this damn thing off, please.
Bye,
Press the
y'all.
damn button. That button. That red one.
That one?
Yeah.
That one right there?
Yeah, press that damn button.
Right there?
Goodness gracious.